All right, I put a poll up. You guys voted for it, a whole 50 of you. Hey, I appreciate every single one of you. But 78% of you said you won this video, so let's go for it. Let's get straight into it. What's up, everyone? If you're brand new, I'm on Culture Currency. I've been in the FinTube space for the past 4 years or so, just an average Joe trying to learn how to trade and invest. And I went down a path that at first was absolutely pretty. And then you get into the alleys of the depths of hell and you figure out that a lot of these people are liars and grifters, and I'm making it sound worse than it really is. But you just got to be careful online. You got to do your due diligence. And today I'm here to try to help you and to guide you in the proper direction of places you can go to where you can get some pretty decent resources from free to paid. So without further ado, let's get into it. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's go. So let's talk about free first. Free. Forgiveness us free. Everybody likes free, but free doesn't always mean good. But here's the first rule, first and foremost. It is true when people tell you that you tend to actually work harder if you pay for something. That's a fact.
No, that's not at all true.
It's human nature. I don't know what it is. So when you hear these grifters or real salespeople telling you that I'm charging this price, that way I know you will actually take this serious. There's some truth to it. Nevertheless, take this stuff serious, y'all. If you want to get into it, squeeze the juices out of every single free resource that you can get your hands on before paying for anything, and especially before joining any trading groups. Demi is the first place I would go. Now you're probably wondering, wait a second, that's not free. You are right. It somewhat isn't free. However, if you are in college, a lot of colleges pay for Udemy Business or Udemy College, and they give you free access to all the resources on there, which is over 11,000 courses on a variety of different things. Pause. This is an affiliate link. I will let you know if I'm pitching something and I have an affiliate link because I'm going to put all this stuff in the description below. I'm just trying to be transparent. So don't get it twisted out there. I can see the people in the comments who hate me for calling out all the grifters. F you. I like to be professional. Anyways, if you're in college, Udemy should for the most part be free if your school pays for it, or if you're a government contractor or in the military, a lot of times you get Udemy for free. Just look into the various different resources that your job provides to see if that's something that's included that they offer for completely free, and take advantage of it. There's so much stuff in there, especially if you're people who are thinking about getting into IT, a lot of stuff there as well. But let's say you don't have the free account of Udemy, you can sign up and you can pay a whopping $21 a month to get access to 11,000 courses. I'm pretty sure you could probably find a 7-day free trial laying around somewhere. And let's say you don't have $21 for some reason every single month, and you don't want to pay month by month because you already have Netflix, you already have Apple Music, you already have Spotify, you have YouTube. Everything's a subscription these days. You have the Tesla, what is it, full self-driving? $99 a month, I think that's how much it costs. Anyways, I know everything's on a subscription basis at this point. So let's say you don't want to add another one. Well, you could pay for the courses individually. So enough. What are the damn names of the courses? All right, let's do it. First one is the Complete Investing Course by Mohsen Hassan. This is about, I think, 11 hours, 11 and a half, something like that. But his course is pretty in-depth, and it teaches you the basics from investing and understanding the proper terminology when you're addressing things. All right, all these hood furus out there, they're not using the proper terminology. I learned this the hard way when I was talking to a millionaire.
Stop the cap.
I'm throwing random dumb words around. He looked at me like I was ignorant as hell, because I was. Learned their actual terminology. Investopedia is also your friend, by the way. It's like a dictionary. Anyways, that's the only course you really need. But let's say Mohsen, for some reason, just isn't for you. There's another guy. His name is Steve Ballinger. He has a course called Investing in Stocks. I'm going to be honest with you, Steve Ballinger, a little boring. I like Mohsen more. But Steve Ballinger does have an awesome course called Financial Statements. Now, you need to understand how to break down the financials when it comes to investing. That's one thing I've noticed that a lot of these gurus on YouTube don't really address often. And I'm starting to realize why. It's because they don't actually know how to do it themselves. So learn this stuff. Learning the financials is extremely important. Understanding a balance sheet, understanding earnings reports. That stuff matters more than just a story or this CEO that you like, or because some YouTuber said, hey, I love Tesla and Palantir's the future. No, learn the financial statements. They will help you because you can find a lot of companies that are undervalued that the YouTubers aren't talking about, and you can have some crazy upside swings. Trust me, I've seen it. And since we're speaking about the financial statements of everything, take a look at this course. Intro to Finance, Accounting, Modeling, and Valuation by Chris Haran. Great analysis course. I know you may not want to be an accountant or whatsoever, but it is good to understand how to read a balance sheet. I promise you, it's completely necessary for you to go through that course when it comes to investing. Now, let's go to YouTube. The Fruits on YouTube. Now let's talk about the YouTubers. Everyone loves the YouTubers, but that's also the place where you get scammed and get dragged down the wrong path and get executed and also potentially make a lot of money. You never know. YouTube is the wild, wild west when it comes to financial literacy, okay? But I do recommend you check out two groups. Now, these aren't really groups. These aren't courses. These aren't really lessons. It's more just a person you want to tune in to actually learn, because he's going to discuss companies. He's going to break down the financials. He's going to talk about earnings report. And luckily for you, he's not that big yet, so you can actually throw in a ticker symbol and be like, hey, what's your thoughts on this? And he will pull it up. And if he knows something about it, he will address it. If it's something that he actually covers at his company, he cannot address. And I'm talking about capital mindset. I know him personally. I do trust him. The guy is really smart. And yes, he has a group, but we'll talk about that later on. But tune in. I promise you, every single time he goes live or he drops a video, you're going to learn something that has value. Next is dividend stocks. Remember when everyone was into dividends? There's a guy out there, he's just an average Joe like me, like you, and his name is Ryne Williams. He does YouTube full time now. He's hoping to turn this into a career, so go ahead, check him out. But he's a dividend investor. He's just like an average guy like me and you, took his money and just got heavily into dividend investing. He didn't see no reason to invest into anything else. That may not be your style, but if you're really interested in learning about some interesting dividend companies and just, again, going through the balance sheets, going through the financials, understanding the dividend history, where it's gonna go, knowing about all these crazy high yield dividends that people are going crazy over, they actually know. Stay away from that because you're gambling. So his name is Ryne Williams. Check him out. He does Q&As as well. He's also relatively small compared to the bigger ones. So if you catch him on one of his lives, you may actually get your question answered. And like I said, he's actually doing this full time. So go over there, give a thumbs up, tell me from Uncultured Currency. Now let's talk about the apps. Remember when you just download something for free, you pay for it one time? Now it's like it's free, then there's an in-app purchase, and it's usually a subscription. Make America great again. All right, apps. First one is, I do have an affiliate link. I'm gonna put it below. I've been sponsoring them for a while. I just never really mentioned them on my videos, but I have them on as an app. I use it a lot. It's great for beginners because they visually put everything out there for you to visually see. So you don't have any questions. What's the cash flow? It's right here. What's their balance sheets? Right here. How's their dividend history? Right here. Is it undervalued? It tells you everything. Now, again, it's not 100% accurate, and you do have to do some work, but for the most part, it's an awesome app, and it's called Simply Wall Street. I put the affiliate link below because there is an in-app purchase, of course, and a subscription service. And I believe it was like maybe $10 a month, maybe $20 a month. It's not much. It's not much, but it is also free. So whatever companies you want to, you just type it in there and you get a limited amount. But hey, free is free and paid is paid. So if you like it and you want to join the subscription service, use my link below. It would help me out. I appreciate it. Thanks. So let's say you want to physically touch something tangible that you can have in your hand and that you can learn from, like a book. So first and foremost, before you even get into investing, I recommend that you read this book, Think and Grow Rich. Let me hide behind it. There we go. A must read. Everyone should read this book if you want to be an investor or just in general, just about money. Psychology of Money is another one. I have that on my Kindle as well as on my Audible. I could show you my Kindle if you don't believe me that I own the book, but I mean, it's just stupid. But yeah, Psychology of Money. Definitely check that book out. And of course, The Richest Man of Babylon. Check that one out as well. All on Amazon, relatively cheap. And did you know that this book is actually by Ramsey, yeah. Forwarded by Dave Ramsey. I guess Ramsey Solutions bought this book now? I'm not sure. It's really weird, but I noticed he was on there. Warren Buffett. Can't go wrong with Warren Buffett. The interpretation of financial statements. This right here will literally give you the ins and outs and everything that you need to know about how to read a financial statements. So if you don't want to go through the course, you just want to read this book, check it out. Also on Amazon, relatively free. Don't be a bum. My fingernails are dirty. Why didn't y'all tell me? Come on, y'all. And now let's move on to trading. Except that I'm tired now. I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, next day. All right, let's talk about what you're really here for, options trading. Now, this is where everyone gets super excited because you can make so much money with this a little bit of investment, aka gambling. You gamble $20, you have a potential chance of making, I don't know, $200 or so. You gamble $400, you have an opportunity to make thousands of dollars. That's how the game works. But most of the time, you will most likely lose. I'm just going to be real with you. Call me pessimist. I've been doing this for 4 years. You will have good times. You have a streak of wins. And then you get that one bad one and it throws your mental game off. Nevertheless, you're going to go down a path anyways. Well, once again, we're going to start off with Udemy. Options trading for rookies. It has everything you need in that course by Carl Sun. Or was it Cal Sun? Cal Sun. Sorry, Cal Sun. It's one of those foreign names. It gives you everything you need from what is an option to the Greeks, to selling options, to trading options, to buying options. It's all in there. Again, pretty much for free, Udemy, or you just pay $20. Now let's talk about really free. Again, there's really nothing free out here, but you probably heard of Tasty before. I think they have like Tasty Trades and then just Tasty and then Tasty Brokerage. And then they have their Tasty Live courses as well as their videos. They have a YouTube channel as well. Regardless, their courses are by far one of the best free resources you can use. Not only that, you can actually use Tasty Trades, their platform itself, to try to do some of these vertical calls and spreads and puts. Wheel strategy is a huge thing over there. You want to learn that. You want to learn how to sell calls, how to sell puts. I'm going to be honest with you. Going back to 2020, out of everything that I learned, I wish I had learned about the wheel strategy first and foremost, which is selling calls against the positions that you have and then selling puts so you can buy positions at a lower price if it hits it. Otherwise, you just collect your premium. I wish I just would have been a premium seller and premium collector, and that's it. I would have just left it at that. It's a probability game. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, less stressful, but it's a lot harder to explain. At least for me, I do a terrible job explaining it. That's why Tasty Live has great resources, great courses on there to try to help you, but it also offers a futures course. So think about that as well. Did I mention I also offer a futures course?
Message!
Okay, just in case. Next pick. Options Alpha. Now, Options Alpha has a full comprehensive options course plus a bunch of live workshops and backed up live workshops, ones you can rewatch completely for free. Now again, remember, Tasty Trades, what they're selling is basically a brokerage. Options Alpha is selling some sort of bot that can trade for you or something. Don't pay for that stuff. Just go through the courses. The courses alone are worth it. And like I said, they are completely free. Now when it comes to YouTube, who can you trust on YouTube when it comes to options trade? I'm only going to recommend 2 here because I want you to get into the space, but be careful. I don't want you to go too aggressive. I don't want you to lose all your money. I don't want you to fall victim to the easy hustle of invest $40 and it goes to zero. Big deal. Invest $40, it goes to $2,000. What an amazing opportunity.
That mother back there is not real.
The only YouTubers I would watch personally after you go through the courses is TJ The Wheel Deal. The reason being is that once you go through that course, I want you to specifically pay attention to the selling premiums in both Tasty Live as well as Options Alpha. Once you learn how to become a premium seller, it changes the game. Yes, you need more capital, but I promise you, it changes the game. It is a form of creating your own dividends, realistically. I hate to say that because people will take that literal and think that no, it's kind of like that form. You can easily build up your account slowly but surely in a safe manner, and you can build up your account significantly. It may take you longer, but you won't have to deal with those massive pitfalls with the psychology aspect of trading once you have like a major loss. And TJ, the wheel deal, he's just an average guy who literally does the wheel strategy for a living. He does it for a living, and it took him years to even be able to do it for a living. But if you stay consistent, which everyone always tells you to do, and trading is all about consistency, stay consistent in that area. The next one you should watch is In the Money. This guy, I don't know how to explain his YouTube channel, but it's like partly he exposes the grift of the finance space, but he also gives you good advice. He gives you behind the scenes look of what's really going on sometimes when it comes to companies or the news. But most importantly, he was a huge focal point for me when it came to learning about the wheel strategy. Watch his content. I believe he's gone now. I don't think he does content anymore because he got sick, like really sick. So I don't think he's posted anything in several months. So I don't know if he's going to return or not. Now let's talk about futures. I didn't find any really good courses out there. The Tasty Live is probably the best one I could recommend. But when it comes to futures, who should you watch? Timothy Rogers. He has a YouTube channel. You guys know who Tim is. He's been on my channel before too. And if you're brand new here, you don't know who Tim is, check him out. Tim is an awesome, solid dude. Doesn't sell anything. He is a futures trader as well. He does charts. He reviews the charts every single morning right before the market opens. And he kind of gives you an idea of where the market's going to go. He uses the ICT strategy. Now, ICT itself is a whole cult, so there's a bunch of training material on ICT on YouTube completely for free. You can go through that. I've heard mixed bags. Some of the methods work. And Tim kind of covers that on a daily basis completely for free. And not that many people show up. I think maybe 20, 50 people, maybe. So you have an opportunity to ask questions. So again, check that one out too, subscribe. And that's the only channel I could recommend when it comes to futures, because most of my actual futures trading besides Jay the Trader was one-on-one sessions I had with other people. And that has stepped up my game in futures trading. People stay off of Robinhood. Why are y'all still on Robinhood? I'm just curious. I need to know, why are y'all still on Robinhood? You get so much more on actual brokerages where you can get like earnings report, 13Fs. I mean, you can get the balance sheet. There's so much stuff that you can get, charting. You can do everything on actual brokerage websites or applications or softwares like Thinkorswim. By far my favorite. E-Trade. I love E-Trade for verticals because E-Trade gives you a nice probability calculation right in front of you, which I wish Thinkorswim could do, but they don't. So I use both of those platforms. That's pretty much it. As for apps, and before I forget, books. Everyone always talks about trading in the zone, right? Well, what about this one? What about this Discipline Trader? So this one's a little bit harder to find. There's no audiobook for it either, at least that I was aware of. But this book I prefer over Trading in the Zone. It's still by Mark Douglas, but this was, I guess, before Trading in the Zone. And I enjoy this book 10 times more than that one. And for all your option traders out there, if you're a leap options trader, which is like, buy something a year out, 2 years out, which I sometimes do on companies that I see potential for the future. And I usually do it at the money, usually at the money. Sometimes I do out of the money, but I do at the money. And it's this book called Intrinsic. Pretty good book. It's by a guy named Mike Yen. I've been trying to track this guy down because I would love to interview him. No idea who he is. I can't find him. It's just, but man, this was such a good book. And if you're into like the Rolling Fours from the Comp series, I suggest you read this. Maybe incorporate the Rolling Fours with this. I'm telling you right now, I prefer to buy at the money. I don't think you should ever buy out of the money for a leap option. That's just me, unless it's like some piece of shit company that got beat up. Like, let's say, for example, Neo. And you want to get a $5 out the money option, because I think it's like $3.49. You get a $5 option. That that for 2026, that makes sense. But I wouldn't get AMD 400 and for 2026. I wouldn't do nothing like that. That's just my personal opinion. And look at that, I gotta go again because I'm a busy man. So I'll be back later. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's end it with which paid courses should you go for, or clubs or Discord, whatever. Let's talk about it. Now, you guys know there's a very famous stock club out there that costs a lot of money. You will leave with barely any value. And the person usually doesn't share their actual portfolio, and there isn't really a community or a way to access that person. So, besides a one-way convo, at least that's how it was when I was in that group. I have a a better stock club, a better choice for y'all. When we can actually learn something, we get access to a person who actually knows how to read a balance sheet and who you know is actually investing into the stocks that he is talking about. And that will be Capital Mindset. And yes, his group is expensive. It's $12 a month. I know. Check it out. It's a Discord group. Now, I will say this. In a Discord group, there's a lot of trash talking and joking around happening there. But what you get here is you do get the private Zoom lessons or calls. I wouldn't call them lessons, calls. You get access to portfolio. You get access to Fabio himself in the chat. You can talk to him, ask questions. You can put out ticker symbols and companies that you're interested in that he will analyze for you. Stuff like that. So check it out. I definitely think it's worth a listen. $12 a month. See if it's for you. If it's not, move on to something else, I guess. But, and he actually uses the money, I think, just to pay the people who manage the Discord group. He doesn't use the money himself. Next is mentorship. That's an important part of trading. And I say this because I've noticed that out of all the courses that I've taken and all the groups I've joined and in Discords I've been a part of, I never really feel like I benefited a lot from being part of these communities, with the exception of just hanging out with cool people and like-minded people. But I didn't really feel like I left a lot of these groups sometimes with stuff that was outside of the box. And a lot of times you don't have access to that, I guess, financial literacy guru that you are following and who you are praising and who you are paying to access their materials. So where I've benefited the most has been with the one-on-ones. And I've had several one-on-ones with different, I guess, gurus. And that's the time what I will say is probably where it usually took my trading game to the next level, because they offered something that's different, because you also get the actual access to the individual. So you get that one-on-one attention. And there's one specific person that honestly always stood out to me, and clearly he's also my friend. And yes, this will be an affiliate link, but it is Mo. So Mo does mentorship. That's like his main thing. He has a Discord group, but I'm gonna be real, everyone already knows. If you really want to get like the full experience, you want to go the mentorship route, because you do get access to him and you get the one-on-ones. If you ever have some sort of blockage, or you have some questions about what you're doing wrong, you can actually access someone. Now, is it cheap? No, it's not. But I recommend it enough because I've done it myself and it works. This is before him and I became friends. So just full disclosure, I actually met Mo because I went into his trading group technically wanting to bash him, because I had no idea who this guy was. He looked like a con artist, Indian dude that you would see with like the Forex exchange. So I never really took the guy serious. So when someone was like, check his group out, it's worth it, I was like, okay, I need to put out something that's not always just a positive review. And so that was initially the plan. And no, he surprised me. His group was actually awesome. He did that one-on-one. That's what separated him from all the other groups, and that's what really honestly opened my eyes to the one-on-ones, because I used to think it was a grift, where I'm just like, man, you expect me to pay this amount of money just to have access to you? Crazy. But I see why people do it now. Now, I'm not saying like, dude, I mean, some people charge like $40,000, $50,000. I mean, that's just, to me, that's a little excessive. Okay. All right, pause. I'm editing my video and I realize I look like I'm either drunk, high, or high on some pills. I don't know, but it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I promise. I'm not on some shit. I've been living a relatively healthy lifestyle. I don't even drink anymore. Speaking of drinking, if you're done drinking the Kool-Aid of all these fake grifters, what if I told you I found a legit one? What does a grifter mean anyways? If you're not sure, if you think it means a scammer, no, just go ahead and click on that link right there. You can watch one of those videos. But this guy's not a grifter. But since I am talking about Mo, and I'm explaining to you about his mentorship program, he has transitioned completely away from just doing the Discord and mentorship part where you can, balance both, have like a community of people and then the mentorship folks. Nope, it's just doing the mentorship now. And if that's out of your price range, well, he is conducting a challenge on July 22nd. So once you go through all the free resource and you think you're maybe interested in signing up for a challenge, which is basically let's trade together for like a week. It's gonna throw some stuff out. It's gonna help you guys out, whatnot. That might be a cheaper way and easier way to get an introduction to who Mo is and see if there's even something that you may like. But he has about 50 slots available, It's for July 22nd, first come, first serve. Once he reaches the 5th, he's gonna close it up. So if you're interested, the link is gonna be in the description below. Yes, it is an affiliate link. Call it a sponsorship, call it whatever you want. I would never ever promote somebody, like take money or take a commission if I did not believe in a product myself. So just like I was saying earlier with the Simply Wall Street, I use Simply Wall Street to this day. I have it on my phone. Where is my phone? Back to the video where I'm completely turned down. What I've seen and noticed by being in his group, a lot of folks kind of just stay even after, and they kind of become part of the community and actually help out a lot of newbies that come in as well. So that's kind of cool too, man. It's small, it's neat, and hopefully always will remain like that. And like I said, I actually know the guy too. He's a solid guy. Way too humble in my opinion sometimes, because that's how you sometimes know like who's real and who isn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help with marketing yourself, and this guy is essentially a small fish compared to everyone else, but probably performs better than everyone. So, and I physically actually sat next to him and saw him trade, so this is not like I think you trade. No, I've seen Mo trade. So and I paid for his courses when I first met him too, you know, because I was impressed with his Discord. So then I actually bought the courses. About a year later into that, and we actually became friends, and then I asked him if he had an affiliate link, because I do want to promote him. If I'm gonna promote him, shit, I want to get paid too. Fuck, shit, y'all be paying other grifters. Why can't I grift good material at least? Like shit that actually works. Can I grift that? Is it still a grift if it actually works though? Is it a grift if there's actual heart and soul poured into it? Is it a grift if what you're getting you're actually satisfied with? No. So I understand some of you guys when you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. I enjoyed the group. You know what? To you, it wasn't a grift. It benefited you. That's pretty much it. But you know what? Like I said, I have like 2 more big videos where I'm actually gonna put like a lot of effort into. After that, you guys have to find someone else to call people out. Or maybe I might still do it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Damn it, my light went out. I'm gonna give you 2 channels that basically police the finance community, specifically the black finance, but they also talk about other finance people. Because let me make something very clear to some of you. I've seen some of the comments. It's not just a black thing. Okay, not only black people are taking advantage of their community through financial literacy. It's not a black thing. Get out of your box. Go check out all YouTube and other places that are outside of your echo chamber.
Everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
It happened in every single community. It does not matter. Me Kevin is for the white community. Ty Lopez was a Hispanic community and the white community. Was that Dan Locke is the guy for the Asian community. So, and white community. White people get conned quite a bit. So it's not just a black thing, and it's not just me bashing on black people. It's just that I started this channel initially to shed light on the positive aspect that the black community is doing. And when there's good stuff, I have reported it. But there's a lot of bullshit, and I'm tired of seeing people getting taken advantage of. Simple as that.
I think I want my money back.
But anyways, it's 3 channels that you should check out, all right? Obviously, Pocketwatching with JT, that's my guy. If you want to keep up and find out like who's the latest scammer, go to this channel. He's the first one I'm pretty sure that also exposed Billy Carson, because Billy Carson is getting a lot of goddamn attention with his alien bullshit, and he just recently got featured on Joe Rogan. So that's one thing I realized. No matter what you do, by calling these people out and trying to help the community, there's always going to be another person who's going to pay them in the end of the day, and they're going to continue to make money. And down the line, I don't know, maybe karma might catch up, but they just continue to grow. So, the fuck?
I feel bad for the guy. I changed his whole life.
Then you also have Millionaire Money Mindset. Dude's pretty good too. Does kind of like this raw footage, just puts up a camera, talks. I don't even think he edits much, but he's pretty good with keeping up with that as well. He targets any of the scammers. I don't think he has a preference, but he definitely goes after the black finance community. He goes after them, which brings me to the next person, which is Echoes from Above. He does mostly of the white creators, to be honest. He goes after them. So again, JT the Pocket Watcher, Millionaire Money Mindset. My guy, Echoes from Above. Keep an eye on those 3 channels if you want to keep up to date on the hottest, latest drama within the financial literacy space. Those are the 3 guys. And you can sit there and say they're just haters, whatever. Our channels sometimes will peak. Their channels will grow until people catch on, and then it may die. But until then, there's going to be more bodies that's going to get capped left and right. It just is what it is. Part of the process, I guess. This internet simulation world, it's crazy out there. But anyways, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And until next time, y'all, peace out.